In a world where it all comes down to the wealth you have, only a few families reign supreme. Yep, we mean not just the average elite of the world, but the ones whose names resonate across continents and whose fortunes stretch far beyond imagination. Think about it. There exists a world where opulence knows no bounds, where every day brings more fortune, and where dynasties are born and shaped. But hey, it's not all about the wealth and grandeur. These families possess something far more extraordinary, an insanely huge impact on the world that we live in. So brace yourselves for a roller coaster ride that will leave you breathless. A look into the top 10 richest families of the world. Number 10. The Rothschild family. When speaking of the families who have literally aced the economic game, there's no way we can walk past the Rothschild family. No wonder that if you were to delve into the world of conspiracy theories, you'll inevitably stumble upon their name. As per one of these spicy theories, the Rothschilds have their hands in everything. In fact, they're shaping the world events and exerting control over the most powerful institutions. And perhaps the most prominent claim suggests that they control every central bank in the world, manipulating the global economy from behind the scenes. With a jaw-dropping net worth of over $400 billion, this family is so rich it seems like it could be straight out of a sci-fi movie. Whoa! Are they really alien emissaries or just extraordinarily wealthy human beings? Well, get ready to be thrilled because the family is just as real as it gets. The Rothschilds are, in fact, an international banking and finance dynasty of German descent. Their rise to power began in the early 18th century, and since then they have left an indelible mark on the global stage. And just in case you're wondering, it all began with Meyer Rothschild, and his sons followed the legacy. Riding the wave of the Industrial Revolution, they secured an oligopolistic position in oil and metal trade, all to have the insane privilege they have today. Number 9. The Windsor family. And now, gear up to be captivated by one of the most influential royal families in the world, the Windsors. With branches spanning across Europe and a global reach, their influence is just as incredible as their wealth. And if you thought their wealth was impressive, wait until you discover how Prince William and Kate Middleton's 3 children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are not only living in unimaginable luxury, but also making serious bank. Prince George is already worth a staggering $2.8 billion, and his sister Charlotte is even more astonishingly valued at a mind-blowing $4.3 billion. Yes, these young royals have amassed fortunes in the 10-digit range before even reaching their 10th birthdays. But guess what, folks? That's not even all. The Windsors' control extends far beyond the borders of Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England. They're not just at the top of a country with a colossal GDP of $2.7 trillion, but also have a reach that stretches across every continent on Earth. And if that's mind-boggling, wait until you find out more. But before we jump right into the next royal family on our list, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for all that we have in store for you. Number 8. The Koch family. Think of a potent blend of oil money, time, and generational wealth. And right before you guess it, add heaps of political influence. You guessed that right. We're talking about none other than the Koch family, the daunting dynasty of oil billionaires who've left an indelible mark on the economic and political landscape of the United States. With a current net worth of a staggering $100 billion, you must be wondering, how did they even get there? Well, their rise to power began with a company sporting a rather mouthful of a name, the Wood River Oil and Refining Company, later renamed Koch Industries, paying homage to Fred Koch. Leading the charge were the dynamic duo of David and Charles Koch, which the world knew as the Koch brothers. Currently the 2nd largest privately owned company in the US and the 6th largest worldwide, Koch Industries boasts a jaw-dropping annual revenue of $115 billion. And the story goes far beyond, thanks to their force of sheer prolificacy. Number 7. The Walton family. With a jaw-dropping net worth of $169.7 billion, the Waltons command a corporation so huge that its value surpasses the GDP of some countries. And yet, it's a name that often slips under the radar. If you think you know Walmart, hold on to your carts. There's so much yet to discover about the secretive giant. Did you know that Walmart operates approximately 10,000 stores in 24 countries around the world? That's right, this giant retail employs a staggering 2.2 million people globally. Founded by Sam Walton in 1962, Walmart's growth trajectory has been nothing short of astounding. Over the years, it skyrocketed to become the world's largest company by revenue, raking in over a mind-blowing $540 billion. It's no wonder why the Waltons, the family behind this empire, have claimed the title of the richest family in the United States. And hey, the heirs to the Walmart throne are no strangers to political gamesmanship. With deep pockets and a wanting to shape policies, they've been known to generously fund both sides of the political aisle. It's like watching a real-life version of the West Wing, but with a touch of irony. Number 6. The Morgan family. In the midst of the 19th century, a figure emerged, and little did the world know he'd shape the course of history. John Pierpont Morgan. Yep, the name is synonymous with dominion, influence, and larger-than-life stories. And oh, let's call him a man who actually personified the spirit of early industrializing America. Born to be a banker, he inherited a legacy and propelled it to extraordinary heights. As the son of a banker, J.P. Morgan was destined to leave an indelible mark on the financial sector, which he did. And eventually, he became one of the most famous bankers in the world, all set to conquer the global power players. But once we're at JP Morgan's wonders, there's no stopping. Having conquered the world of banking, JP Morgan set his sights on a new challenge, the steel industry. And just like you'd expect, he sought to make his mark and leave an indelible legacy. And after Morgan passed away in 1913, he left behind a remarkable institution, one that would rise to become the largest bank in the United States. With assets worth a staggering $3.7 trillion, it stood as a testament to his vision and business prowess. Number 5. The Wertheimer family. Some billionaires are really a step ahead of the game, and no family proves it better than the Wertheimers, who just knew it all. Looking back at the Roaring '20s, a time when fashion was taking flight and Coco Chanel was becoming an icon, little did she know her collaboration with Pierre Wertheimer would become a goldmine for the Wertheimer family. In a cunning move, Wertheimer secured a whopping 70% of profits, leaving Chanel with a mere 10%. Legal battles ensued, but the Timer family held fast. After Chanel's passing, they inherited a fortune worth a jaw-dropping $62 billion. It's a captivating tale of manipulation, where brilliance was used to build a colossal empire, leaving us to ponder the price of success. And that's exactly how they own a fortune worth $62 billion today. Number 4. The Mars family. Now it's time to cast your mind back to the year 1911, where the Mars family's journey began in a humble kitchen. And oh man, their dedication and passion for crafting irresistible confections led to the birth of an empire nobody could have imagined. From that small, unassuming space came out a candy dynasty worth a mind-boggling $126 billion, only to make them one of the corporate giants. Generation after generation, they have kept our taste buds captivated, our cravings satisfied, and of course, our cavities all set to pop. But here's the fascinating part. The Mars family's influence goes far beyond political maneuvering or economic power. It's driven by something much simpler and yet more profound: love. And now you know how they transcend borders in no time, right? Number 3. The Rockefellers. Loved by some, hated by others, the Rockefellers have become synonymous with immense influence, exactly why their names whispered in awe around the globe. In an era dominated by oil, the family's grip on the industry was extremely extraordinary, you gotta admit. And with a stranglehold on 90% of the domestic market, they became the undisputed titans of oil, shaping the entire course of the US economic landscape. It was the incomparable John D. Rockefeller who soared to unimaginable heights, amassing a fortune that made him the richest American to have ever graced the earth. With an estimated adjusted net worth of over $418 billion in today's currency, it's hardly surprising the man earned trillions in his life, being the most productive man on the planet. Number 2. The Murdoch family. Let's enter the realm of the Murdoch family, the undeniable titans of the media world. From Australia to the United Kingdom, their empire spans continents, captivating audiences all around the globe. If you've ever tuned into a television show, browsed a newspaper, or clicked on a news website outside of the realms of China, Iran, and a select few countries valuing personal freedoms as highly as used toilet paper, there are good chances you've encountered a Murdoch-owned production. From iconic newspapers to television networks and everything in between, Murdoch's media has perhaps been the only power to ever shape public opinion and ignite controversies. You gotta say it, their reach is beyond measure. And today, they're still worth $17.9 billion. Number 1. The Oppenheimer family. And finally, there's an extraordinary world of the Oppenheimer family, where the precious gems are not just a symbol of beauty, but also a key to some serious influence. Hold your breath and think about a dynasty that has all the diamonds in the world, controlling their destiny. Yep, this is the realm of the Oppenheimers, a family that has held the reins of this magnificent treasure for over 85 years. It all began in 1912 when Ernest Oppenheimer ascended to the position of mayor of Kimberley in South Africa and head of the local diamond company. And while their monopoly isn't quite there anymore, their colossal wealth stays put, standing tall at a staggering $8.2 billion. Impressive, right? And if there's anything more jaw-dropping than the limitless wealth of these insanely influential families, that's clicking on our next video to discover more of the secrets.